Everyone has a passion in life, and mine is horse racing. Horse racing, or as it's referred to as the Sport of Kings. Me as a fan and someone that has an avid love for horse racing doesn't see it that way. I was raised by my grandparents, and my grandfather was a racehorse trainer. So with that being said, most of my childhood memories were surrounded around horses and racehorses. My best memories that I can remember from my childhood, and to this day, uh, involved horses. So so my grandfather trained horses, but he also worked a side job. He would train maybe 3 to 4 horses at a time max. And when a horse would retire, he would keep the horse because, give it a nice home. And, these trainers that train racehorses, they have to watch over 100 to 200 horses at a time. So they can't afford, and it's not even that they can't afford, they can't just keep all these horses when they're done racing. So that's why I'm here to persuade y'all to adopt a retired racehorse. God knows what could happen when a racehorse is done racing. Worst case scenario, they could end up in a slaughterhouse. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't like eating horse. I've never eaten horse. Don't plan on eating a horse. It's nothing I find extravagant. But yeah. And if you're gonna look into buying a racehorse, the website I recommend you go through is the Retired Racehorse Project. It's certified by the Jockey Club. The Jockey Club is what all racehorses are certified through. All thoroughbred racehorses are certified through. So you would be getting the horse's shot records, everything that's ever happened to the horse you would know. So you would get to decipher through that. It's overall the best if you're looking into adopting a racehorse. What a few things I recommend you do if you are going to look into adopting a racehorse. I would first research the breed. Thoroughbreds are long and lanky. Think of a long distance runner, like a track long distance runner, and imagine that in a horse form. That's how thoroughbreds look. They're not your average little My Little Pony just sitting outside. That's not how they're built. You know what I mean? Secondly, what I would do is figure out what you want to do with that animal. Do you want to retrain it for a different sport, like barrel racing or jumping? I'm not sure what it's called. Or you could do polo, or you don't even have to retrain it. If you just want a nice riding horse or something, you just ride every now and then. Put your kids on. Just let it sit in the pasture. Horse will be happy. They're eating grass, minding its own business. Or just something to look at. Or just if it would make you feel good for giving a horse a home, just look into that. Another thing about racehorses, they're very disciplined. They do what they're told. They most of the time they know what they're doing. They have their head on a swivel, and that's with that being said, you're not gonna come across a horse that's too rambunctious trying to hurt you or anything like that. I mean, they might bite you, but it's like when your Chihuahua nibbles on your finger. But to them, they're a 1,200-pound animal. So it hurts us. But they're just nibbling, you know what I'm saying? They're not they don't mean anything devious by it. Nextly, what I would do is, they're easy to retrain, very easy to retrain. They've been running their whole life, so they're in shape. With that being said, they're going to live very much longer than a normal horse that just sits in a pasture and doesn't do anything. Most racehorses retire when they're the age of 6. So, most horses live from the age of 25 to 30. So, think about that. If you get the horse when he's 6, look at all those years you have. As long as you're, doing upkeep on the horse and all that, then you should have an animal for a good while. You know what I mean? But easy to retrain. They know what a bridle is. They know what a saddle is. They're accustomed to all of that. A person being on their back, they know how to guide. They know all of that. So, like I said, if you're just looking for a riding horse, they'd be perfect, or they'd be perfect for anything you're trying to do with them. And those are my reasons to why you should adopt a retired racehorse.